Good morning, everyone. It's Brenda Quintana here, and it is almost the end of August, and that is kind of shocking, actually. We are about to change over, not really change over, but we're about to start a new catalog next week, the holiday catalog, and next week I will be switching over to holiday catalog products. So that will be exciting. So today's project is not from the holiday catalog. I don't really like to show projects ahead of time because I want everyone to be able to get the products that they need to make my project that are available right at that moment. So I always try and do that. So I have one kind of, I don't know, it's an all-purpose project. It's these cute little favor boxes made with the Heartfelt Hexagon punch and the matching stamp set. And here is one that I made as a wedding favor. And don't let me forget to share with you. This morning I was messing around with Microsoft Word a little bit, and I wanted to share with you how you could do this for a wedding with the actual couple's name and their date, their wedding date, so you could really personalize that for a wedding. I love that you can make this in whatever color cardstock you want. This ribbon is really perfect for any color because it's just kind of a sheer ribbon with a silver edge, so it's really nice. So I'm going to show you how to make that. But the stamp set has other greetings in it, so this one's really cute too, sending lots of love and hugs. This could be used just as an all-purpose favor. It could be used for Valentine's Day. We've also got a Let's Eat cake. So if you get any wrapped cake truffles, I think I'm using Lindor truffles in mine. Oh, there it is. I don't need to pull this out. Here. I'm using just a regular Lindor truffles. This one's caramel flavored, I think. Caramel flavored Lindor truffles. I have these because I'm actually going to use these on my son's birthday cake. He is coming tomorrow and spending the long weekend with us, so I'm very excited about that. So I'm making him a kind of a caramel cake with like dulce de leche in it. It's going to be delicious, and these are going to be the top decorations. But I digress. This is about our favorite. This is what I use. I think they also make a birthday cake themed truffle. So you could put like if you're using this one, Let's Eat Cake, you could put like a birthday cake themed truffle in there. And then there's also, I hope your day is filled with joy. I don't know if I would do a favor for sympathy, but you could also just use the little flowers on there to decorate it up. Or use your printer and print your own type of greeting. I do really love the frame in this stamp set, and it makes a huge difference. So if you are printing something out, I'm going to show you, I'll show you how to do that if you're printing something out and then you want to use the frame from the stamp set. It really adds a lot of detail. So you can use the stamp set in combination with printing to create a one-of-a-kind personalized favor. So good morning to all of you, and I will be talking to you all at the end. I want to jump right in and get started on my tutorial. I do have a host code for the month, which is about to run out, but if you're placing an order of $50 or more, please use this host code here. And my gift will be these earth tone shimmer gems. That will be mailed out in September. So if you, I also have 1 day left of my BOGO sale. If you want to get some of my wonderful retired product for free with an equal purchase in my online store, just go to my blog. I'm going to obliterate this for a moment. go to my blog. I think I forgot to put the direct link to my my page, but if you go to there is a link to the blog post, so if you go there, there's a banner up at the top that you can click right over to my BOGO sale, or you can go to cubiesquest.com and just look on the front page. It might have dropped off to the second page now, but my BOGO sale is going on for one more day, and if you see anything you like, email me to make sure, so I can make sure it's still available, and then I'll email you instructions with a special host code to use. So that's separate, a separate reward than the other one. You can do either or, but not both. So just let me know if you still want to participate. I still have my stuff out. I'm going to pack it up over the weekend, so make sure that you check it out if you want to get lots of free stuff I've got still available. Okay, now we will jump into the tutorial. Let's pop over to my other camera here. All right, let's take a quick look at these treat boxes when they're down, when I can open them without having everything fall out. So it's just a cute little box, and you can see this is really a great fit for a Linder truffle. It looks really nice in the box. You could probably do Ferrero Rocher as well. Those would fit. Or if you could also do kisses, and then you could fill it with more kisses, hugs and kisses, any small candy, but a truffle looks really nice in this box. So that's what it looks like, and you know, it looks nice either way. Here I've got the ribbon on the side, and here I have it on the front because the label's facing the opposite direction, so it just looks really pretty. So I'm going to show you how to make that. Pop these over here. This used to be a bundle, and now it is they're separate products. So this is the Heartfelt Hexagon stamp set. This is the frame you are going to want, because it really makes a difference in how good the top looks. So I definitely recommend getting both the stamp set and the punch. And you know, punches are fun because they're, you know, fast and easy. You can go and punch out a whole bunch of shapes while, I don't know, doing something else, listening to an audio book, and it's just easy peasy. All right, let's get started. I will have a project sheet too. I just did not get it ready beforehand. So if you want to be on my want to get a project sheet, then make sure you are on my email list. The link is down below in the description of the video. You might need to click on show more or see more. And then you will find the link and you'll be able to subscribe. Okay, let's start off with the sides of the box. And I'm just going to pop my Simply Scored in place. I've already cut these strips down. We'll start by making the top box. And this is where, again, we're making the sides of the box. Let me grab my scoring tool. So this strip measures, I'm using fresh freesia here. This measures 7 inches by 1.5. 7 inch by 1.5. I'm going to put the short side at the top first. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to move my measurements so I can see them. Okay, so we'll first start off by scoring at the 1.25 inch mark. You can see that score line right there. That score line, that short score segment, leave that towards the top of your scoring board. Okay, like that. And then we're going to score at the 1.25 inch mark, the 2.5 inch mark, the 3 3/8 inch mark, the 4 5/8 inch mark, the 5 7/8 inch mark, and 6 3/4. This is what it looks like. The other one's going to look very similar, just slightly different dimensions. So also a strip of fresh freesia. This one measures 6 3/4 inches by 1.5. Put that 1.5 inch side up at the top and score at 1 1/4. You can see that short scored segment. Put that to the top of your scoring board. This one we're scoring at 1 1/4, 2 1/2, 3 1/4, 4 1/2, 5 3/4, and 6 1/2. That's what it looks like. All right. We have our 2 pieces here. We are going to grab our paper snips. We'll start off down here at that bottom, that little tiny corner. Sorry, my camera is focusing in and out. The little tiny bottom corner, we're going to snip that away. I'm going to do it on an angle. See if I can, you can kind of see before I pull it off. It's on a little bit of an angle because I'm trying to angle cut the tabs at the same time as I am. I'm just gonna get rid of that little piece. I'm angle cutting the tabs at the same time as I'm cutting away that little square. So then we're going to cut small V's into this intersection down here. This so each scored intersection is going to have a V cut into it. I like to do all the angle in one direction at one time, so it makes it easier. I'm doing half of the V first, then I'm going to flip this around and we'll do the other half of the V. I think it's faster this way. I haven't timed myself though, so that is just a guess. And then I'm angle cutting that end piece. Now I'm just going to pull out these little guys, and this is what you're left with. We'll do the same prep for the other one. So I'm cutting away that square, but I'm cutting away a little bit more, so I'm creating little tabs at the same time. If you can't wrap your head around it, do the square, cut the square away first, and then angle cut. That's the easiest way. Now we're going to do half the V. And half the other half. And we'll just pull those little triangles away. Okay, gather these up and into the garbage with you. All right. So it doesn't really matter which strip you start with, but I'm going to work on the top of the box first. So I'll grab my bone folder here. Just put my scissors away. Put this away. Okay, we're going to just fold along these score lines. And then that last tab, we're gonna do these, the sides first. We're gonna leave these bottom tabs unfolded for now. Grab our glue, and I'm gonna fold over about 2 on the second scored segment, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold this end over top. We're basically going to do this and glue them together, but it's far easy, since this is a symmetrical design, to glue this while it's down. So I've got, see, 1, 2 score segments over. I'm going to put the glue right here on this short one, just a tiny amount, and then this end you're going to line up that score line, and so it's going to overlap onto the glue. And then you can really take your time to make sure your edge is lined up on both sides, and then press down on that seam. So now it is nice and symmetrical. Okay, So we'll do the same with the other one. Okay, so we're going to go over to the second score line, and I'm going to put glue on here, just a tiny bead, and then we'll do the same thing, bring this end overlapping and press down just to keep that seam. And I think I've said this a lot of times, this is my favorite glue. It has a nice tiny pointed end, and it really holds together favors well. Please don't use cheap glue because or cheap adhesive because it might not hold together well. And this isn't even expensive. That's the whole thing, but I know this works. It holds together my 3D projects. So make sure whatever glue you're using, you're using glue that will stick together well. I do not recommend tear and tape. I'm just going to pull this out. This is another type of adhesive that we use sometimes for 3D projects. But tear and tape, if there's a lot of heat in the air or moisture in the air, your favors might come apart. So glue is the way to go. Really, it is. Okay, let me double check which one of these is my bigger one. Okay, this one's slightly bigger. So we're going to do the lid first. So we're going to fold down these tabs now. These are going to adhere to a punched shape. And you want to make it so it looks like the hexagon that we're going to use. If it's like this, you might be like, how's the shape? So find the two shortest sides, and those are going to be the long sides, and then pull them apart. There's 2 short and 4 longer ones, and it goes like that. Grab yourself some more cardstock, fresh freesia cardstock, and we will go ahead and punch 2 shapes out of here. I love these punches. Nice, crisp, punched edges. Okay, so we're going to take this one. And I haven't really found the best way to adhere these to the shape yet, but I'll show you. I've done a few of these now. I think this is the best way, but it looks a little bit less precise than I normally am. So I don't know if I did 20 of these, by the end I could tell you what the best was. But I'm just putting glue on all of those tabs, and I'm going to start off with one of the short ends. And basically what I want to do is glue it as close as possible to the end as I can get, and just kind of get that one side pinned down along the edge, along the short side, as centered as possible. And I know I have all the other things already glued, but we're gonna deal with those in a second. And then we'll go to the other short side and get that one glued down. If you do the 2 short sides first, then the long sides will fall into place perfectly. So that's kind of my goal. 2 short sides, get them situated. And then just press down on the 2 longer sides. If you can use the back of your bone folder, the rounded end, that helps too, or just use your finger and just make sure they're all situated. So that's what it looks like. So this will now be the top of the box. Okay, now we're going to do the other one. So we'll do the same thing. Normally when I do this, I like to stick this inside the box, and I just didn't feel like this was the best methodology, but I'll show you. This is normally what I do. I put the other one inside the box with the tabs facing out. Usually I can feel the edges really well and make sure everything is centered really well, but I just don't know. Like I found when I did this method, which I've done with so many boxes, I kind of felt like I wasn't really sure that it was sticking in the right spot. So I think the best way to go about doing this, let's see which side did, this side. I think the best way for this box is to not do that. This is the many I have done now. So again, I'll start with the short side. And this time I'm just gonna go just a teeny tiny bit. Let's see, I still want it centered. Come here, stick you down. I want it centered from side to side, but I want a teeny tiny bit of the edge showing this time. This time I don't want it right up against the edge. Let me see if I can stick this down and show you. So on this one, it's a little lopsided because I haven't stuck everything else down yet, but you can see a teeny tiny bit of edge. And on this one, you can barely see any edge. So I just want to see a teeny tiny bit of edge because this one's a little smaller than the other one. So just the teeniest, tiniest bit of edge showing. And I want it centered. And then I'm just going to press that down with my fingers. Okay. What works for one box doesn't always work for another box. It's weird. I think the reason why is these edges are rounded. And so it's not 100% perfect fit right to the edge, but I want it to maximize the box. So, and I also have to, I don't have nested shapes, so I have to use the same shape for the top and the bottom. So that also kind of makes me figure out how to do this. Okay, so this is the bottom of the box, and you will notice there is a tiny bit of a lip on all four sides. I think that helps a little bit with opening and closing the box. I don't think it detracts because I've got it pretty symmetrical. And then we'll just put this lid right on top of the box and put it down like that. So very cute, right? All right, let's decorate the top of this box. And I wanted to show you, well, I'll show you a couple of different things that we can do. So if you're just using one of the stamps in the stamp set, there's two frames. There's the dotted frame, and then there's the one that has two lines and dots. I like the one that's a little chunkier, a little bit better. We're gonna do, which one are we gonna do this time? I think we'll do, I hope your day is filled with joy. I don't think I've got this out yet. Let's grab another block. We'll put this on a C block, and we'll take, I'm gonna take our two, I think we'll use Petunia Pop for the outside. Just gonna make sure that's clean because I wasn't sure what color I had used it in last. Okay, Petunia Pop. And we're just going to stamp this down. Isn't that a nice frame? I just love that. Okay, and then we'll take Gorgeous Grape. And you might ask, why did I use Petunia Pop and not Fresh Freesia? Petunia Pop is just a little bit darker than Fresh Freesia, so you can see the frame a little bit better. Same like I used Highland Heather cardstock, but Gorgeous Grape ink. It's a little darker, so it just is a little bit easier to see. So I'm going to use this greeting now so we can kind of, I hope your day is filled with joy. So you can really center your greeting right there in the frame. So it looks like really nice. Okay, then we'll take our punch and just center that frame. Makes it really easy to punch out. Okay, so that is one option. And if you want to, I don't think there's room to add anything in here on the sides, so we'll just have to do jewels on this one. So I did something. So today I was like, who got married this year? Who do people know? Does anyone know who Millie and Jake are? Let me know in the comments. Do you know who Millie and Jake are? They are a famous couple. Anyway, they got married this year. And so I just fooled around, and I seriously did not spend too much time on this at all. So you could probably do a much better job of formatting everything, picking a font and all of that. But basically, I made myself a little table in Microsoft Word. I did with the original Word document with the margins the way they were. I did a table. The rows were 2.5, and I just let the Microsoft Word auto format the width. It's just a little bit over 2 inches though, I know, because I took a look at it. So just doing it like this, I would get 12 on a sheet. You could probably squeeze in more, maybe try landscape instead of this direction, but that's what I could squeeze on. And so if I was doing this, I just would print off, and you can change the color of this too. If you have a color printer, they don't have to be black, and it could be, you know, colored. You could match the color of ink to this if you wanted to. And so then I would just take my frame now. And okay, Marty and Louise figured it out. Millie Bobby Brown and Jake Bon Jovi. And you know, I love the show Stranger Things. So I can't wait for the last season. Does anyone else watch Stranger Things? Is anyone a fan of that? I am kind of a fan of the sci-fi fantasy genre. Not all sci-fi, but some of it. So basically, I'm going to take my frame and just kind of come outside here. I would print this off on basic white. I just used computer paper today because I was experimenting, and I'm not really making favors for a wedding that has already happened, but I thought that was kind of fun just to play around with that. And yeah, so we're going to just use the punch and punch away. See how easy that is? You've got that. And then you can grab your the little doodad, the little flourish, and you can add a little bit of flourish to the side. So just grab that and go like that, and go like that. And there are no wedding pictures that you can find online because it was a small private wedding, which I think is kind of cool. But they are very private people, and that is totally okay. But I wish them well. They're very young, and I hope they have a very happy life together. So that's how I would do, like if I was doing like a bride and groom. You could put different things on here, different fonts, you know, just have fun with it. But this is how I would do a sample of how I would do a wedding favor. But let's continue, and we're going to do this one as just a regular little box. And so I would just go ahead and glue this to the top. Easy peasy. And I like using an extra shape just for the top. That way you're making the box, and then you can do all of these afterwards and do them. And that way when you flip this over, you're going to have the same color cardstock, so you won't really notice the finishing on the edge because it's all going to be the same color. And then you can do a different color on the top. So then I would add some ribbon. And I mentioned this is the silver and white sheer ribbon. I have a link to that down below. And I'm going to need about, you can do it with 11, but 12 inches is a little easier because then you have more room. So I'm going to take 12 inches. And we'll just wrap this around the edge of the box. I like to wrap it around when I have both box halves together because it's a little bit more stable. And just make sure everything is flat and nice, and then we'll do our first knot. Okay, grab some locking tweezers. We do have locking tweezers in our Embossing Editions toolkit. I forgot to put that in the description of the my supply list, but you can look, when you go to the Stampin' Up website, you can look it up, Embossing Editions. And no, Marty, I forgot to look up if these were silicone tips. I was going to do that, but I never did. So there you go. But just pin that down, and we're going to do the second knot. Bring it through, and now you can take your time making that knot. As I pull it, I kind of see the way how the knot's coming together. So I want that kind of that flat part of the knot on top, so then I'll pull the ribbon piece underneath away. And then you can tighten it just a little bit more. This ribbon ties very nicely, by the way. And then just give it a little snip on an angle just to make it look nicer. And then you can add, because mine are all purple, yours might not be. So if you are doing purple, these are great. These are the Purple Fine Shimmer Gems. And you can just, I don't know, I'm going to grab some that I haven't used yet. So I just grab some of these and add them onto the box just to give them a little bit of a shimmer. And then you can open your box and pop in a Linder truffle. And you can kind of fuss around with it a little bit, like if you want it centered, right? This one's being stubborn. I might have to push it this way. My other one went in so nicely, and now you're being stubborn, right? Okay, there we go. And then I'll just close this up. And there we go. Cute little box, right? And this is not a hard box. And it involves a punch. You don't need a die cutting machine. And it's just very easy peasy. Let's bring in our other ones. Look at that. So cute, right? And then we could also do, you could do little wedding favors. There's very cute, right? If you wanted to do cute little wedding favors. So there you go. Fun little boxes. I'll give you a recommendation if you're using a different color. Let me see. I really like, we could use rhinestone jewels. These are basic jewels. These are a standard. They'll go with any color. I also love these ones. These are the iridescent faceted gems. There's the item number down there, 163368. These look, they have small and, can't see the small ones. Oh, come on. You know when you want to take something out. Okay, so there's two sizes, small and large. And you can kind of hold them up. They kind of correspond to the sizes of these, like a small and a large. They're about the same size as my Purple Fine Shimmer Gems. So either one of those would look nice if you had a different color and you just wanted to be neutral. When I'm making up favors for an event, I normally like to choose 3 different colors. So you could absolutely do that. Like you could do 3 different, if you wanted to do monochromatic, do 3 different colors of purples, 3 different colors of pinks, 3 different colors of blue, or use different colors like blue, yellow, and green, or, you know, just different, whatever the wedding colors are too, or whatever your event colors are. It's just very easy to customize these. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. If you enjoyed my video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give me a like, leave me a comment, ask me a question. I would love to hear from you and find out if you enjoyed the project, if you have questions. Do you have a suggestion for me? I do take suggestions. I'm not always able to do everything, but if you have a need for something, I will try if I have the products to do it. Sometimes I don't like to think my creativity is stifled by Stampin' Up! Products, because we're always bringing in new products. Sometimes certain products just lend themselves really well to certain projects. So that's why I sometimes say I can't do something right now, because I just don't have the things. You can do a lot, but I don't want to like have the project be so complicated that, you know, using the current tools is just complicated. So that's why I'm not always able to use it. But if you do have a suggestion for me for something that you would like to see, let me know. I'll try and do my best and see if I can create it. Okay, I think I've said everything I need to say. So let's say hello to all of you who've joined me today. Thank you for joining me. I will send out the project sheet tomorrow. I'm trying to get it. I'll try and get it ready tonight. Our son is arriving. He's taking the red eye from San Francisco, and he will be here Saturday morning, tomorrow morning. So just one more sleep until I get to see him. So I'm excited about that. I'm baking him a birthday cake today, and we'll probably go out and do like a fun little adventure on Sunday. I'm not sure what we're gonna do yet, but just, you know, to just get away for the day, and then he flies back on Monday, so it's a very, very short visit, but just very fortunate to get to see him. Okay, let's say hello to you. Good morning, Louise. And she says she just got this punch and stamp set yesterday. Oh, how awesome. You'll also have to look up, I did another box with the same stamp set. It used to be a bundle. Last year I did one. It was a window box, and it had a place to put a gift card. So also look up that project. It's a very sweet project as well. Hello, Verblue. She says it's going to be another hot day. And yeah, here it's starting to cool down, and you can see I get cold really easily. I have a room with a lot of windows, and so it gets a little chilly in here. It was not so warm this morning. It was like 50 degrees, I think. It was cold. It was cold outside, and we don't have our heat on yet, so it affects the house a little bit. So I'm here cold already. It didn't take long, right? Barely got me out of a long sleeve shirt, like maybe a few times this summer. I don't know. I'm just a cold person. Marty says, hello. Hi, Brenda and everyone. Oh, you have a hot and muggy day in Pittsburgh. I wonder if we're getting hot and muggy weather coming our way. I thought we were cooling off. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, Gail from Connecticut. Mary says, yay, Nick is coming. And Louise says, happy birthday to Nick. And Valerie says, morning. Valerie, good morning to you. I hope you're missing the good out of your morning. So I'll send some good your way. I hope it turns out to be a better morning. Gay says hello from Tennessee. Hello, Amy. I think I just shipped off your BOGO order, so I hope it gets to you soon. Hello, Karen. Hello, Barbara from New Brunswick. I love New Brunswick. Hello, the other Mary from Indiana. Hello, Janine from Indiana. We've got the Indiana contingent here today. Linda says it's hot here in southern New Mexico, and I see you wearing a sweatshirt. Yeah, yeah, it's not so it's cold here, and I admittedly I feel the cold quite a lot. I get cold very quickly, so I'm in a down parka in winter, not in my studio, but when I go outside, I don't know. It's just my body or maybe my brain perception. I don't know. I just feel cold. And in the summer, I love my craft room because I don't really have the AC running, and it's not too bad in here. But I'm not a fan of AC. I don't know. Maybe that's growing up with my parents were from Germany, and I don't think they use AC as much in Europe. So we just had like an AC unit in our living room, and we would put that on occasionally. And then at night, my dad would water the backyard, and all of our bedrooms face the backyard. And so he would open up all the windows in the back, and then the cool air would come in and it would kind of moderate the house. I don't know, with global warming, that probably isn't working so well anymore, but that's how we used to do it at our place. All right, moving along. Louise said, after having many projects come apart using tear and tape, I now use only Tombow. Yeah, use the Tombow. Use the Tombow. And I have mine. I know some people ask me about this. It's a little jar. You can use a baby food jar too. Honey came in this one. And I keep mine upside down, uncapped all of the time. So it's ready to go. And this is some glue that's leaked out on the bottom. And yeah, that's the way I roll. And this was not my tip, but it was someone else's tip, and I love it. And I've been using it for years, and it works great. Okay, good morning, Diane. Good to see you. Louise says she's a big fan of Stranger Things. I am too. I can't wait for the last season. It is so... when I watched the first episode, I almost didn't continue because as a mom, when spoiler alert, a child goes missing in episode 1, and it was like I can't watch this. But trust me, it gets better from there. So you can, if you hack it beyond, if you make it through season 1, you are just addicted. It's awesome. I love it. I love the sci-fi. I love the creativity, and I just hope the last season's good. All right, let's keep going. Jake is John Bon Jovi's son. He is, absolutely, and he's a model, and she's an actress. And I think I read today that they met on Instagram. And they were friends for a while, but they've been together now, I think, for 3 years. So in their very short lives, they've been together a long time. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of, well, my Nick is not married yet, but he has a longtime girlfriend, Caroline, and they met in first year of university. And now he's turning 24, and so they met when he was 19. So they were very young when they met, and they're still together. So that's kind of cool. I love young love. It's so sweet, so very sweet. Mary says her hubby watches Stranger Things. Yeah, it's a good show. Marty says her grandkids got her started on Stranger Things. You binge watched it. Yeah, it's fun to binge watch. So normally I think I'm a bit more of a fan of sci-fi than my husband is. And I watched the first full season, and then I said to him, I think you might like this show too. And the reason the show is so mesmerizing, I think, for my husband is because it's like small town, the 70s, like it's not current times, it's the 70s, and there were 70s maybe moving into the 80s. And it reminds me a lot of my childhood, not exactly what those characters do, but they have a lot of like pop cultural references. And so part of that is just kind of like it's nostalgia, going back and seeing all those little references. So we have enjoyed the show, and now we watch it together, and we're both waiting for the last season. Okay, here we go. Marty says she used to do lots of invites using her printer for the words and then stamping the rest. Yeah, I think it's very fun to do the companion, like especially if you want to personalize it with names. But I really like the frame on this this stamp set, so it kind of works nicely together. Just hold on. Louise, I think you're making a Stranger Things reference, and I'm not picking up on it. It's been a while since we watched Stranger Things. Louise says that she also used to use the printer, and she did this for wedding treats for both nieces and also a friend. Awesome. Connie says she loves this. Deirdre says, good morning. Good morning to you, Deirdre. Hello, Teresa. She says, love these, Brenda. Thank you. Louise says, great project. Marty says, don't forget to give Brenda a thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you so much, Marty. Barbara says, very sweet little box. Love this idea for our wedding favor. Thank you, Brenda. Verblue says, another great gift box idea. Glad this one is in her favorite color, the purple family. Awesome. I've been doing a lot of in color stuff, and I thought I need to do something a little different. So I'm glad you like that. Louise says, thanks for letting her know about the window box project. So yes, if you're looking for another project, make sure you look it up. If you're on my blog, there's a search bar on my blog, and you can pop in the name of the product, and it will bring up everything I've done with that. I try really hard to, being a former librarian, I really try hard to use index terms and stuff so that you can find things easily. Hi, Cindy. I'm happy you're here live too. Awesome. You may have to watch some of the replay to get to the end where I show you how to get to the beginning where I show you how to make the box. But I will also have a project sheet for everyone tomorrow if you're on my email list. Marty says she's looking forward to Monday. It's going to go back to cool nights, and she can open the windows. That's great. Yes. I've been opening my windows a lot here during the day because it's been that cool. Dabney says she's enjoying, we are enjoying a feels like temperature of 100 degrees in South Florida. That's a lot. Please send some cool air our way. I will try, but no guarantees. Cindy says, you're the sweetest, watching from hot Arizona. Over 100 degrees every day this week. Oh my goodness, you guys. Actually, the weird thing was when we lived in Tennessee, and we'd walk outside in the summer, and if the air in the house was cool, it kind of felt like the heat was giving me a hug. But that's only if I was outside for a short period, more than 5 minutes, and then I was, of course, hot. But hello, Kristen. And she says she'll catch the beginning on replay. Amy says she saw that I sent her BOGO order. Great. I sent you out an email with the tracking number. And she says she's a great idea for a card. We'll send it my way if you want to share it. I'd be happy to take a look at it. Valerie says, it is a good morning. I've made 2 cards already this AM. Awesome. Getting back to crafting since retiring. Awesome. Well, I'm glad it's a good morning. I was just worried because sometimes we don't get a lot of snippets from people, and when you didn't put a good in front of the morning, I was like, oh no. But okay, I'm glad it is a good morning. Louise said she's not a big fan, air conditioning fan. In the office, it would be downright freezing. I know I have to practically wear a parka going to the grocery store in the summer because it's so cold with the AC. Jean says, busy morning, got here late, but we'll watch the replay. Awesome. And she says she always loves my Friday projects. Well, thank you, Jean. Cindy says, your hair looks so pretty today with your blonde streaks. Well, my hair, I do very, very, very little to my hair. It is very, very natural. It's got silver streaks in it. It's got blonde in it. It's got dirty blonde. And the weird thing is, well, it's not weird. It's, I guess, how my hair's color is changing. But, my back of my hair is very like a kind of a golden blonde. And then the front of my hair is ash blonde. And I've got like silver streaks through it. And I don't know. I just decided, I used to get highlights in my hair. And after the pandemic, I just decided, you know what? I am good with not doing that anymore. And I'm going to embrace whatever silver comes my way. And I'm happy with that. And I have no real curl to my hair. So it is straight. So in one sense, I love curly hair, but in one sense, it's nice because it's very easy. All I do is just like wash it. I get a very straight cut. It's kind of boring, but I like it. I'm going to keep it that way, but thank you. That's very sweet of you to say. Marty says her son and his fiance met online. They have a mutual friend. She's from England, and they were going to meet up in person. It didn't happen. Years later, they connected in person. Aw, that's really sweet. I love that. I love love stories. Bear Blue says, have a great holiday weekend. Sue says, I love the box. Silver highlights, not streaks, right? Yeah, I've got different colors going on, and none of them are, I had put anything in my hair other than shampoo and conditioner since before the pandemic began. So at this point, I think there's nothing left of anything that I ever did to my hair. It's probably been cut off at some point. So I'm good with that. But everyone has to do what makes them happy. And this makes me happy because I don't want to spend a lot of time. You can probably tell I don't spend time on my nails. I don't spend time on my hair. I don't spend time on makeup. I spend time on things that make me happy. What makes me happy is paper crafting. I love to bake. I don't always bake. I like to cook. I'm not pressed for time. And so, those things make me happy. And so I want to spend more time on those things and less time on other things. So that's just me. And everyone needs to spend time on the things that make them happy. So if you do your nails, if you do your hair, if you do your makeup, good for you. I hope you don't mind that I don't. This is just me, and this is my happy place. So let's keep going. Marty says she's bad. Her mom kept the AC low, and I would love whispering, open the window in her bedroom. Oh, yeah, I don't like a low AC, but I know some people, the weird thing is at night, I like to be under a warm duvet, and I like it a little cooler at night. So I sleep better when it's cooler. So actually the AC actually kicks in a little bit at night if it's hot out still. So that's kind of the way I run things in this house. All the bedrooms are upstairs, so Louise says, silver strands are nature's wink of Stella for her hair. Yeah, I think it's actually a lot more people are embracing gray and silver, and I don't know, it's kind of like a badge of honor. I earned every one of those, right? They're just my little silvery streaks, and I'm good with that. Mary says, you're a beautiful person, Brenda. Aw, you're so sweet. Thank you. And on that note, and Mary, you're a beautiful person too. Mary's on my team, and so I get to see her every once in a while. So anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and watch for my project sheet tomorrow, and enjoy. And hopefully some of this weather will cool down for you in heat-stricken areas soon. And I will be back next week, and we have the holiday catalog starting on Tuesday. I'm trying to think. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. No, Wednesday. Wednesday, the 4th. The 4th of September is when the new catalog starts, the holiday catalog. Don't forget, if you want to take a look at my BOGO sale, there's just one day left. There's also, I keep forgetting to mention this, there's also a designer series paper sale on some annual catalog designer series papers. They're 15% off. So if you want to stock up on some designer series paper, take a look at that too. And don't forget to use your bonus day coupons if you earned any in July. All right, that's it. Have a great weekend, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.